Right, it is 7:06 p.m. This is a meeting of the Southwick Historical Commission. It is March 7th, 2002. We are meeting in meeting room number 1 at the Town Hall, 454 College Highway. Those present from the commission include Kirk Sanders, Mark Rankins, and myself, Chair Lee Hamburg. Are there any public comments at this time? Hearing none, then I will move on to the minutes. Here are the minutes of the last meeting, carefully done by
Carefully done by
our
me.
secretary pro tem.
Did you want to see it, Mark?
Yeah. If you wish to pause it, I think there is a pause button. Let's
All right, let's go.
keep on moving.
Okay,
Alright.
we'll talk about it.
Yes. Could we have our financial report?
Oh, our financial report, there's nothing new to report. We haven't taken in any extra money and we haven't spent anything.
It's really lame too.
Thank you very much,
So
Mr. Treasurer.
Our treasurer's report is
Brief.
brief.
Could we have any mail?
Would you like me to read it or would you like you to read it or?
Why don't you just go over?
Okay, here's something from looks like more of an informational thing. Pet CPR and first aid, Sunday, April
Okay,
3rd. Southwick Fire Department.
inapplicable to
Inapplicable to
our
us.
commission at this time.
Lake Management Committee minutes? Would that be,
I will take a quick perusal of that.
this was a Board of Appeals meeting from February 14th, which must be, I believe, passed.
That's passed. They did discussion on 74 College Highway.
Doesn't look like there's much left of it. It's referring to 120 Summer Drive house. 1935 it was built or whatever, but it's all modernized now. I mean, it's all,
It is not on our inventory of historic buildings. So I presume that this is for
From the
a
Pvpc, yeah.
PVPC. This is for, they're doing review for HUD grant.
yeah.
Okay, then we just need to sign off on that and send it back.
Yeah, it's got,
Oh, yeah, there's a paper
Yeah.
here, determination of
There's a form.
eligibility.
Yes, determination of eligibility. We'll have to take that under other business later.
All right, we'll save that for that. This is a February 17th meeting from Select Board Special and Annual Town Meeting. Articles deadline is April 1st.
All right, thank you.
This is for a March 14th meeting agenda in person only for the Board of Appeals regarding 142 Berkshire Avenue. I have no idea, I don't know, that doesn't,
No, 142 is, I think, new construction on an existing site.
and that's all
is
the
it.
email.
Thank you very much.
Be more than welcome.
Let's jump on to the brass rail project. I have before me,
And here I brought some other designs too.
Okay, thank you.
I brought two copies, so.
I'm not a member for
So here is what the proposed project is for the back entrance. So we just renovated the downstairs area. So now we just need to be able to access the door here.
Okay.
So what we're looking to do is put a staircase in from when people have the bride and groom have the ceremonies up on the deck. We want to be able to have them come right down the staircase and then right on in to the door there, and then he's just going to level everything out, make the staircase, landscape it, and then this is the architectural design that follows along with it. This is the existing picture now, and then this is all the work that's going to be performed. So this is what it looks like now.
Okay, right, yep. And this is what it,
That's what it's going to look like with the staircase coming
Right.
down and the door and the entrance and the access.
oh, you have a picture already, right?
And you've added a little fence here just
Just to hide
visually
the,
screen it.
yeah, that's not even included on the quote, but I'm just gonna do that just to hide the compressors and whatnot, that's over there.
Okay, the mechanical system.
Yeah.
It certainly looks like an improvement over what is there now by a long shot, and it is providing, code requirement for handicap accessibility, what would be the right term? It's not handicap accessibility anymore,
No, it's just accessibility.
accessibility, period.
They changed that for real?
No, they still say handicap access, but the catchphrase is accessible.
Yeah.
You gotta make
okay.
it accessible.
Yeah, okay,
That's
That's a
Massachusetts.
building department issue.
yeah. And you said that right now, the only access is via
Upstairs.
plywood,
Ramps?
ramps.
Exactly.
Yeah, just to make it more solid than the mud that's underneath the plywood.
Exactly.
Okay. Has the proposal changed any since it was initially
Nope, same thing.
presented? So it is the same.
Yep, exact same.
So it's just a combination of Paul Falsetti and Alan Brooks working together to do the landscape work back there, install, probably prefab stairs and grading.
Exactly, yep.
Okay. So,
So,
we as a historical commission have two items to determine. First item is whether the building is historic. And the answer to that is yes, it is historic, and it is on the Massachusetts Cultural Resource Inventory System. So that's non-debatable. So that's step one. Step number two is the design review, which is the only component really that the historical commission has to basically give its stamp of approval or disapproval. And that is, does it have a negative impact on any sections of the building that are visible from public way? And the answer to that is no.
no, I don't think so.
No, not in the slightest bit. Does it make the business more viable by having the accessibility issues addressed? Or any other outstanding code issues that are being addressed by this project? And the answer to that is yes, it is being made more code compliant. So now the question is do we approve it or not?
It appears that we should.
I think that we have very little option other than to approve it. Good.
Do we need a motion and a,
I will make a motion that we approve the project as proposed for the brass rail. Is there further discussion?
do we need a second?
We need a second.
I'll second it.
Thank you. Further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
The motion is carried unanimously. Thank you very kindly
Thank you
for your
very much.
in-depth.
Thank you,
So what's the process now? She goes in front of the CPC?
At this point in time, I would, if I were you, immediately contact the chair of CPC and request a meeting of their board, because they have to meet and
Prove
approve.
it, yeah.
And then I don't know whether it has to go before the board of selectmen or anyone
I don't think so,
else.
I think the CPC, once we let them know that your board is all set with it, I think they'll be fine.
Well, it isn't,
Cause we already, remember we were there last meeting?
we were there
Yeah.
at that point in time, yes.
Just an informational for me, so now, once the CPC, is this one of those things that then goes to
Community
the?
Preservation
But
Act.
does it now go to the town meeting and then?
It must go before the town meeting, and they have to have it on the, as you read earlier, on the, by April 1st. So they need to meet post haste and pronto, and then
So
put
they can get it
together
on.
their proposal onto the town meeting warrant.
Just another question, so who puts it on the town, does the CPC put it on, or does the business or the,
No, the CPC would be the one that would have to present it.
okay.
They would probably go before the Board of Selectmen with all the projects that have been voted on it
Okay.
up to this point. So as far as I know, that's the process.
Okay, I'll get in touch with Jeannie and let her know that I came here and. I'll
Okay,
tell you all.
thank you very kindly
All right,
for your time.
do you want me to stay?
If you wish to stay, you may.
Yeah.
We've never kicked anyone out. I would like to take, I'd like to have a motion made to take the police cupola project out of sequence and listen to at this point in time.
I'll make a motion to take the, where's the
Okay.
agenda?
The police
The
cupola
police,
project,
the police cupola project out of order,
yes. Yeah.
as it appears on the agenda,
Is there a
so
second?
that we can discuss it at the
Second, yeah.
moment.
Okay, all in favor?
Alright.
Aye. Okay, you're on now.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. So what we did since we last met was I had another two interfaces with the engineer, and he has gotten a hold of the slate roofing guy that he was talking about, Jack Mahan.
Yep, the hand
Mahan.
roofing.
Slate roofing. I guess he's one of the biggest ones in the state
There-
anyway.
He's one of the big boys.
So you're familiar with his company then?
Yes.
He's also very busy, but because him and Steve, our engineer, Steve Jablonski, have a relationship going back about 40 years when Mahan first started, he agreed to take a look at our police station. Excuse me, I got a fire station on the brain because I've been doing that for the last 2 years. So anyway, he's given us a proposal, and he's kind of a bare bones guy, so we didn't dress it up. And I'll pass them out here. I don't know how many there are here, but you just pass them down. As you know, we had approved $5,000 for the assessment of the roof and the cupola.
Okay,
And Steve has said he can do the project for $2,000. So, at that price, I don't think we should waste a lot of time going out to get other bids, especially with Mr. Mahan coming in to do the roof assessment.
So what is it went up with the bidding thing? Does it go up? Does the 2,000 fall under whether you have to go bidding or
Yeah,
not?
$10,000 is the
'Cause I heard
limit
it had gone
before
up,
we have
yeah,
to
yeah, okay.
send it out to bid. And I think bringing a project like this in at $2,000 is
Yeah.
really, you're not gonna get anybody lower,
No,
for
I don't
sure.
think- No, I don't think so either.
no, to get someone, to bring their equipment, to come on site, to go up on a slate roof, do the inspection, present some type of, obviously you would, if he provides ladder, safe access,
He
you
does.
or
He
some
says he does.
designee would go up,
Yeah, I'll be up there with him.
and you would do,
You're gonna be up there too?
Well, yeah, by then my foot will be out of the boot. I'll have work boots on both feet then.
do an evaluation of not only the roof, but the cupola. Obviously, the roof, the flashing, is really his bailiwick. And as a building inspector, contractor in the past, you understand what the logistics and what needs to be done as far as addressing, the carpentry end, which I presume would be the cupola.
Exactly. And Steve Jablonski will be there also.
Okay.
Good.
Basically, it's the
You've
split.
got all
the
three
cost
at the
is
same-
split halfway between those two guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you or Steve taken a look in the attic
I
of the
have.
build? Okay.
Right. Now, Steve will do that as part of his, once we commission him with this, I'll have to write a contract up and engage him and get that on paper. And, it's
Would that come under that $5,000 budget and be part of, or above the 2,000, but,
no, that's within the $2,000.
Within the $2,000.
That covers the entire evaluation.
Okay.
He's gonna look at the structure inside the
All right.
building, and then he'll review all the woodwork that you mentioned on the cupola,
okay,
and recommend what needs to be repaired and how we should do it. And he's gonna provide budgetary numbers for that, as well as any repairs that are required to the slate roof and the coping, capping, and all the exterior elements associated with the roof. But to answer your question, I did review the interior of the roof already. And it looks like there were no leaks there. I couldn't see any. I interviewed several of the policemen, Bobby, the
Yeah.
chief,
Yeah.
and he said there's been no leaks in that area.
at this point.
No, from his memory, he said they
Okay.
did have some, from some of the pipes that were there that were sweating.
Yeah, they were sweating, yeah.
Right, and, well, Kurt, you
Yeah.
spent enough time
Yeah.
in that building.
But I never saw leaks in there
Yeah.
from the
Okay, good.
roof,
That's anecdotal evidence, but pretty reliable, I think, without putting you under oath.
But he's saying that he can probably do this within 2 months to,
Yeah, it's gonna take them 2 months to do the report, because they're
Okay.
so busy.
okay.
And he really couldn't stress enough how lucky we are to get Mr. Mann to come down and look at this project for us, because, it's so small. I mean, I've been on his website a lot, and he's doing all kinds of these big slate
Oh,
roof
wow.
jobs where you have to
Holy mackerel.
put scaffolding up all over.
Yeah, you do it.
He's got a crew of 25 guys.
I've seen it done years ago out east there, off Worcester, and we were down there for a small job with my father, and it's
Yeah, you used to do
amazing.
roof decking. Yeah.
What's that?
Roof deck you guys used to do, right?
We used to do gypsum. Gypsum,
Yeah.
yeah. And it's amazing what they do, and it's meticulous on how they have to do it and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, and he also mentioned that, I think right now, or just recently, they've done work at the Groton School.
Okay.
If you've heard of that, it's a really prestigious academy in Groton, Mass. And they have a lot of historic buildings there with slate roofs. And that's where CEOs send their kids, Walsh from
Well, I'm surprised I didn't attend there.
CEOs of multinational conglomerates.
The Marion Hamburg Bean Corporation.
Oh, Cheney. He mentioned Cheney sent his
Oh,
children. Yeah.
Offhand, do you think you know where this is going to be for price-wise?
I have no idea.
Okay.
No, I haven't done enough slate roofs work at all. Really.
I mean, he's going to evaluate not only the condition of the slate, he's going to consider the condition of the fasteners that they use for the slate.
Right.
Because that's one of the number one things on a modern slate roof. Modern meaning
It's less than 100 years old.
less than 100 years
Yeah,
old,
yeah.
that can fail. and just cause the entire thing just
I
start.
just can't
losing
remember what,
slates.
did they,
Like that house across the
when we
street?
remodeled the station and that, did we do something with the cupola before, back then?
Well,
You might
they
have
got
painted
asphalt.
it. I wasn't here, so.
I'm just trying
No,
to
what
remember,
we-
I was on the
I mean now.
building committee for it.
Yeah.
And I
It
know,
was
cause they
slate.
went up there
Yes, it
looking at
was.
it and
Because I
everything,
can
and I just
remember
can't remember
pieces of slate on the ground.
whether
that I
they
picked
ended
up
up doing
back
something on it
whenever
or
that
not,
was.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
No, I can't remember that.
I don't remember when
I
that
think it was a mistake, but
What to put the.
Yeah, so
the
the,
asphalt, et cetera, but.
Mm-hmm.
the next step, would be to get a vote from, the committee here for me to proceed with a contract with Steve, JD Architects, to do the work for the $2,000.
Well, I would like to make a motion that the Historical Commission endorse the evaluation proposal presented by Art Lawler, and do I hear a second?
I second it.
Is there further discussion?
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, it only makes sense, you're gonna have to do this if we're gonna go further with this, right?
It's gotta
Yeah,
be done
you
no
have to do
matter
it.
what, and the price is fairly reasonable.
Yeah, oh yeah, I agree.
So, all in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Motion is carried unanimously. Thank you very much, Art.
You're welcome, sir. And just a little testament to Steve's integrity here is that because we were preparing for a public bid, the funding that we had was disclosed. And so he knew there was $5,000 available to do this thing.
Yeah.
But he said, I don't care how much you got available, this is what I'll do it for. So I thought that was real
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
good.
that's good.
That's awesome, that's very
integrous way to
good.
handle it.
We
Thank you,
tell them
gentlemen.
we appreciate it.
I will, definitely.
I failed to hand out the agendas.
Oh, yeah.
Take
That's all right. Wait a minute. That's one. Or is that two? That's hand those.
May I retain a copy of this?
Oh, certainly, yeah,
letter?
that was a
You
submittal.
can look at that if you want for a moment.
Absolutely.
All right. Let me give you back. Do we? We don't
No,
keep
you
it.
keep it.
Oh,
You
we
keep
keep
it,
that?
it's fine.
We.
Okay, that should probably be folded in half then and given to the secretary for filing with our agendas and
Oh, okay.
You
meeting
need this
minutes.
back?
No, you keep it.
All right. So this all stays with this.
Yep, keep it all.
This stays with this. This stays.
Let's put a nice copy of that.
All right.
And this is my email.
All right. Here, this is your email.
It's pertaining to this.
Okay. All right.
All right, we will go back to the, our agenda as previously posted. Status of the library, I have heard nothing from Scott Lemon, so I think we will presume that things are slowing down. We should set up a time at some point down the road to do a visual inspection of the old library, and I think come next month, it'll be a whole lot better than it is right now.
Let's hope. Just a quick question on that.
Yes.
So when he bought the building, I've heard, and maybe you told me, maybe other people have told me, that there was this 20-page agreement of some kind that was, or I don't know if
There
that-
is a preservation restriction on the building. I probably have a copy of it right here.
Oh, okay. Because I said I probably should read it. So I just figured I bet this is as good a time as any to ask you.
Okay. Old library specs, history, architect, purchase and sales agreement, ASCII report, architectural access, preservation restriction, draft, preservation restriction, final draft. But it's not the final.
Uh-oh.
I may not have a copy of.
Hmm.
Well, this gives you an idea of what was involved in the
I'll take a
preservation
quick look at
restriction.
it while we're talking.
Basically, the historical commission did both an exterior and interior review of the project or of the proposed work on the building. And we identified different features that were felt needed to be retained, preserved, restored, and other areas where there was certainly latitude for change, improvements, modifications. So basically, the exterior had to be kept visually the same as what it was, as far as, you know, clapboards, the exposure, trim, stained glass windows. And inside, we specified that all the woodwork had to be retained. We gave latitude as far as his ability to open up between the front and the rear sections there, but, and that he could reuse any wood removed from there for finishing off other areas of the work. We didn't specify anything as far as the cellar or the basement. We stated that he could remove the plaster and lath, which unfortunately was considered toxic
Oh, really?
Asbestos?
because of possible asbestos in the finish of it, I think primarily. They had a textured finish that had been applied at some point over some areas of it. So it was quite extensive is all I can say. We were thoughtful and listened to his needs, and we came up with this preservation restriction that I think basically assures that the qualities that made the building very interesting are going to be preserved, and still allow him to modernize, you know, all the mechanical systems, insulation, vapor barrier. He can use drywall in there. He has to fur it out to the same height as the finish of the plastic, simply so it matches the woodwork that's there. But you know, he's doing a thoughtful job, not rushing it.
The only thing, with the stained glass windows, okay. He did get at a great buy, from what I understand.
Yeah.
I don't know, he's putting all this money, I don't, what are we looking at the cost to redo the stained glass windows?
I think the contract that he has, or had, you know, the quote he had was 22,000, something like that.
Okay. I don't know, I have qualms about it, I do, I'm playing the devil's advocate here.
And that's all right. You're certainly allowed.
If he purchased this, and he got it, I understand he got it dirt cheap,
Yes.
and he knew what he was getting into, and I think that's probably, I wasn't at that town meeting when it got voted down, but I'm assuming that's why it got voted down. They said, well, he got it dirt cheap, he's investing money in it, why can't he go further with it? I'm just saying,
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd love to see the stained glass windows stay and be redone, but I don't know.
Well, they have to stay no matter what.
Okay,
They have to be retained. And right now, there are areas where you almost put your fingers through between the leading and the glass. And there's some areas that are just on the verge of falling out, I know that. So,
But that makes me, see, that even makes me more feel, if he knows it's going, that's his building, he needs to fix it, you know? And again, I don't want to be the Nelly here, but, you know, I just,
you know, it's okay to be the negative Nelly.
well,
You know, I'm not offended in the slightest bit, Kirk, so don't worry about offending me.
But at this point, that is not even wouldn't even come up this year anyway, right? Because
I believe that he has not reapplied, and the reason I believe he has not applied or reapplied is because someone said that you had to go 2 years
Yeah, you
if
said the last
if
meeting,
it
yeah.
was voted down. So, he's got another, he can't go before the town meeting until, it was at a special town meeting, as I recall. No? It may have been the May, it may have been the
I thought it
annual
was the
town
May
meeting.
one, but I could be wrong too. So I don't know.
I don't
I
remember.
don't remember.
I do know that I didn't make that meeting.
That's right, you did. That's right, you said you did. But will those stained glass windows last? How much longer will they last if he's waiting another year to any idea?
Will they last another year? Yes, they probably will, because they've
Lasted this long?
lasted 159
Yeah,
years. And, you know, lead just doesn't go, you know. But he's going to have to address it by hook or by crook, one way or another.
he's gone through all the process of fixing that building up real nice. To me, that's just the finishing touch he should have done. I'm not,
Well, he's
I hate
not,
to
he
be
hasn't done most of the interior work yet.
okay.
You know, he's putting in a handicap accessible bathroom. He's opening up, you know, the area so that it is accessible from front to back. He also lifted up the side porch,
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
you know, higher than the front porch by one step, simply so that at some point in time, you know, if he needs to put in either a ramp or a lift,
Oh, yeah.
he doesn't have to redo the porch. You can just bring it up to that level and,
I don't know, I don't know why I feel this way, because the thing of it,
That's all
if he
right
had
that
been
you-
there 20 years and whether he could afford it, I don't know. I just think he bought it, he made an investment, he should have covered those windows. And I've been in construction, I've been involved in stuff, and Art knows I've been helping out, working with the planning board and the building inspector.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sound like a meanie, but it just, when people buy projects and get involved with projects, they do the whole thing. They know what they're getting into. You know, and just,
okay, good.
okay.
Moving right along.
Okay.
Next, status of the Pvpc Canal project. I have no more updates at this point in time, other than to say that the selected contractor is waiting with bated breath for spring to break, and they're doing some research at this point in time. Social media sign out. Did you sign that off or not? I don't.
Sign what off?
Okay.
Oh, we have to sign those papers to say we're not gonna. Is this like it's like a.
I think everyone signed it
I thought-
except for you, because you weren't here at the meeting.
This is your social.
This is a copy of the social media policy
Of the town.
of the town.
Oh, this is new.
No,
Some of it's new.
I don't know. I
Yeah,
thought.
it does, because it pertains to all the crap that was going on.
Well, I don't know. How many?
This is from last June.
Yeah.
Well, actually, June of 2018.
Yeah, but they think tuned it up a little bit.
Well, I don't know whether it has been or not, but there's a last page there that, you need to sign off on. And as far as I know, you're the only commissioner who hasn't.
There's no dotted line to sign on, you just autograph
Right here.
Oh,
You probably have my copy that
Oh,
doesn't
okay.
have the,
alright. I think I already, but I'm pretty sure I already signed it.
yes, you did.
Okay.
Everyone else has
All right.
already.
Alright, here, you can have that.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let's see, where does this get? Who gets this?
I don't know who gets it.
Probably the town clerk's office.
Sounds like a plan to me.
Are you gonna be a witness? Or do I have to ask Jen?
Maybe we both better sign, just in case.
No,
If they whatever me.
your signature is fine.
Here, you can have your pen back.
Just take the back sheet. I keep the
He
rest.
keeps the rest.
Alright. I'll let you just chain the back. Alright, here.
Okay, now I need to give this to the secretary to deliver
Would you
it.
please?
Wow.
The secretary.
Well, I'm the treasurer. You're the secretary, pro temp, or whatever that word is.
Where is Cassandra?
That comes up in our next
Okay.
I asked that before, and that goes to one of these other agenda
We're
items.
getting there mighty fast. And computer and emails, well, Cassandra was the one that was dealing with that.
That poor computer.
Need for new members. Do we have a need for new members?
Yes, we do
Yeah,
have a
well,
need for new members.
like I said, I think Linda McQuaid is the other person. She just
Okay.
hasn't been appointed yet, but I believe she's going to
But
be.
that was my question about is Cassandra Bach?
Bach. Yeah.
Remember the last time I saw her was when she was here. That was the January meeting, or the January work meeting, or the December
No, that
work,
was the December work
meeting, and she was trying to get the computer started.
Correct.
But she was also, remember, she said she was going to be our CPC rep,
Correct.
and I think she went to a CPC meeting.
She went to the Zoom meeting when you were initially filing.
That, she was there though, right? She was sitting there. She was a skinny girl. No, that wasn't her.
No, she was on Zoom.
But I haven't seen her since that.
I have not seen hide nor hair. I have not received an email, nothing from her. And I keep on sending her stuff and I'm getting no response back.
So and there's no email rejection back.
No.
Well then,
But that goes back to what we were talking about before. Remember, I made a phone call to you and told you you had to be at the CPC meeting. Because
Which I was.
right, because you were assigned to be the. Well, I
am
don't know
not
how it works, but I was.
This board votes who is supposed to be the CPC.
I think we voted for you.
No, we voted for Cassandra.
We voted for Cassandra.
We did.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Was I there?
I don't
Yes.
remember, but
I don't remember.
yes, because I remember her sitting here saying, "I'll do it,"
Okay.
and we said,
Okay.
"That's a
for it."
wonderful thing." At least I thought it was.
I thought so too.
So she went to that, and then there was a meeting soon thereafter that she went to.
Yes.
We got to do something better about. And I know because you're not. You have email, right? Or
Yes.
yes. No, we just need to get more communication here. Maybe she didn't get an email or something or whatever. I don't know. I'm just because I'm not getting them. I'm not getting the emails. Even under my new email, unless I look tonight, it may be there, but I haven't. He called me just to remind me. I already knew about the meeting, but he called me to remind me.
I mean, we already scheduled every single meeting up to June.
But hopefully, well, I don't know. I don't have.
I sent a courtesy reminder this morning at 5:05 a.m. roughly.
I was up.
I wasn't, but I got 2 emails.
No, he's never up.
I got 2 of them. I go, I wonder why I get this twice.
I don't know,
But I don't know either, but it came twice.
but I
I'll
had
only respond to once.
your new address.
You got it, right? Yeah.
Yes, what, Kirk H. Sanders
At Gmail.
at gmail.com.
Well, maybe it's there now. When you sent it out, 5:05?
Yeah,
Okay, all right.
or something like that. Maybe it was 4:55, maybe it was
I'm not
5:10.
worried.
Yeah,
It
plus or
should be
minus.
there. It should be there.
And, anyways, I look forward to having Linda McQuaid appointed and serve on the committee because we need more people.
Yeah, she's good. She's very good.
Well, it came to me at 5:12 a.m. And then it came again at 5:13 a.m. Just for, informational purposes.
Policies and procedures for deaccessioning or transferring of items. We cannot
Do that.
We cannot do that unless we have a quorum with me stepping out.
And with you stepping out, we only have 2 of
Two.
us. So we can't do that yet.
No. Veteran grave markers. Veteran grave markers are there, and we need to schedule a time. I'm thinking April or the first part of May when we can do some grave mark installation. And I'm thinking that we would also need to contact Gene Thoreau to, make sure that he's in the loop.
He's very.
I don't think it makes sense for the Historical Commission to be buying more markers since the Cemetery Commission is presently buying a different variety of marker to mark all the veteran graves.
Oh, they do. Okay.
Are they as nice as these? No.
So what does that mean for those then?
These can still be put out,
Yeah.
you can still put the flag in them, but
Then we'll be done with it.
we'll be done with it.
Okay. Okay.
Will they
So,
want them because they don't look the same, or is that not going to be an issue? You don't know.
I don't want it to look like we're forcing ourselves on the Cemetery Commission when they're doing a better job than they've done in the past
Oh, Lisa's
50 years.
Lisa's doing a great job there. She really is. She's really pushing.
Lisa's on top of
And
things.
Gene,
Gene is
awesome.
a
Look what
great
he's done
person.
in the old cemetery. Look what he's done. It's
Yeah, so far.
great. Yeah.
And that's not done. I would like to have him come into our next meeting and give an update on the CPC project in the old cemetery.
Okay.
Just so that we're kept in the loop, and I think he'd be very willing to share that information with us. Art, you're still here.
I am.
Thank goodness.
Just have some information I want to get from Kirk later.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Other business. I said there was other business that we needed to do at this time.
Okay.
And one of you said, started talking about it.
It's right here.
Oh, this. The
Oh,
historical.
yes.
Thank you. You want to?
Okay, let me review this. Okay, this is from Shannon Walsh at the Pioneer Valley Planning Commission.
Okay.
She's their historic preservation planner. She's a wonderful person. She's right on top of things and is worth her weight in gold. And basically, we just have to make a determination and return this to her as to whether any of these properties are historic properties. And at 120 Summer
Drive.
Drive.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the property that's being done. I don't
That
think.
doesn't appear to be.
I don't
No.
think we have
That's
to
why I was
worry
bringing-
about,
yeah.
about signing off on this. So,
Do, like Suffield, do we have restrictions with some of these homes, older homes, but we never got it?
See, now you're gonna start
Never.
them.
No, I know, because I know.
There is only one building in the town of Southwick which is on the National Register and is individually significant at this point, and that is 20 Depot Street, the Phelps House.
Yeah.
There is no other property that is on the National Register and
That
I
includes
just
the
don't.
Moore House, the historical.
The Moore House is not on the National Register at this point in time. I submitted it and it was rejected initially because at the time it still had aluminum siding on it.
Oh, yeah, okay. That would, yeah.
So that means that house across the street, because of the aluminum
Is
siding.
not individually
Right.
eligible any
Right.
longer.
It's got
And-
guidelines, Mark. They have guidelines
No,
to meet.
right.
that
So
have
because
to
they
meet.
put aluminum siding on the house and the slate and the shingled roof versus the slate roof, would that, or you don't know?
No, that I don't, it's more the exterior of the house, I think.
It's the material that's on the sidewalls, and,
This-
they tore off the original front doorway
Where? Over.
on Mary Kingdom Place.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, they did.
And you know what? I asked Mary if I could salvage them. I picked up all the pieces I could and gave it to the Moore House for its museum. And so in the attic of the Moore House
Is
is
the
the remains of the Mary Keenan doorway.
So you're saying we really don't have a procedure or
At
policy?
this point in time, there,
Is it too late?
no. But what we have to do, let's say that this is for their small cities program, and individual property owners within, certain scope of area can apply for certain types of work to be done. So when this comes to us through the Pioneer Valley Planning Commission, because they have staff that does Section 106 historic reviews, they'll send it off to us, and the question will only be, is it on the National Register, or is it eligible for listing on the National Register?
And in this case, both the answers to those questions are
The
no
answers
and no.
are no,
No,
no.
no.
And so the person that has to sign off is the chair of the Town Historical Commission.
And you're going to do that?
And I am going to do that. Property is on the National Register? No. Reviewed by,
Uh-oh, his pen doesn't write. Oh, now it does. It's March 7th, I think. Where's it the 8th?
it's the 7th.
It's the 7th.
Yeah, that's,
Do you send the whole thing back to her or just that page?
she only needs this page. So, if you'd be so kind, Madam Secretary, as to forward that to Shannon Walsh.
Who do I,
Can you electronically send a copy of that or do you have to send the actual piece of paper? Or you know?
I
think-
don't have the answer.
I would think he needs the actual signatures.
I don't know. I just was curious because nowadays you can send some you can and some you can't. So
Sometimes
I
with
was just curious.
signatures, sometimes with
I ask
signatures.
that you please review the enclosed forms and any comments from the Southwick Historical Commission. Please then sign and mail in the signature
No.
page for our files.
Okay.
If it is more convenient, you can scan the signed form and email it back to me. Okay. Is there an email address given there?
Let's see. I don't see it on the bottom, I don't see it at the
No,
top.
I doubt it.
No,
Do I
unless
have,
it's on the rest of that other.
It is not on.
The
any
front
other-
page.
It is not on here. They have a website, a fax, a phone, a TTY.
Is there one right there on the address?
No.
No.
That's what I've got.
Any interesting that they don't supply you with an email address, but.
Well, I have, I'm sure if I go onto
Oh,
my computer at home,
I'm sure
I
there
have
is.
Shannon Walsh's email, I can almost guarantee you.
I have.
The man's got it.
Look at that one.
When you're good, you're good. You know, do you live in Southwick?
You don't?
No,
Oh,
sir, I
that's
do not.
right, he lives in. How unfortunate. Could we move the boundary like they used to do in the 1700s and the 1600s?
I live on the north side of town, up by the turnpike,
Well, we can shift a
On
boundary.
the cellar,
in Westfield.
on the
No, I-
cellar side.
So excited.
Yep, that's what it was called, the
Was
cellar
it?
side.
Oh, okay.
All right, is there other business that needs to come before this board?
Just, I know we
Thank
talked
you,
about
Art.
this last, but just a quick, so, remember we're talking about spending money and like replacing that computer with either a laptop or some other computer, because that one probably is out of date. I'm just
Yes,
saying, it probably is out of date. So how do we go?
what do we have for funds available to us? And how is it broken down, do you know? Does it state how?
Other than it just tells you how much money, I don't know. Is this, I mean, there's conference and travel, but there's $100 for, does that, can we?
No, look under.
I know,
I
I'm
read
just-
these all.
Well, then you
these all
read it
the time.
then, if you read them all the time, but there's no,
Under supplies. Under supplies, you only got $185.
can't we shift money around from other places?
We can request that monies be transferred from
request.
one category to another. The question is, if we have a computer, who's gonna use it and when?
Well,
Well, I think a laptop would be perfect for us. We could
I
have,
think that would be
yeah. You're
more
looking-
applicable than having a, you
Yeah,
know,
I
a
think with a laptop.
tower of power and.
It's just like what Art's doing with his. That's what I think we need.
no, I'm just saying, just if we have, you know,
And the secretary could take better minutes this way.
that's because the secretary was just doing this.
Like you said, the veteran markers, you got $1,000. If we're not doing it, transfer that money over to that. You're looking at a laptop. Depending, you want to get a decent one, you're probably looking at 800 to 1,000.
You know, that doesn't surprise or shock me, and I'm not gonna say that we can't make good use of it. The most important thing with a laptop is that it doesn't walk. That is the single most
Yeah.
important thing, because every
That's the
single,
problem with a laptop versus that. You know that's not going anywhere, but the laptop is going to go all kinds of places.
yeah,
But-
that's the only, critical issue. If you would like to put together a proposal.
Yeah, I can do that.
And, you know, how it would be used, because if it's not gonna be used, it's totally irrelevant. Then we could probably use it with the existing funds that we have.
And then our scanner. It's just a scanner, right?
The scanner that has never been taken out of the box
Since
and is so,
2005, when it was bought.
it's 17 years old now, and probably,
Pretty soon, we can donate this to the South Historical Society.
and not for use.
No, for a display.
New in the box. Could be worth
It'll
something.
It'll be valuable. It's still in the original packaging, it's still in the original box. And that's how you wanna preserve things.
You are good.
Because, I mean, it is just taking up space here. And we do need more space in this room.
I
But
don't know.
anyway.
Does anybody use any of these cabinets or just sitting around in here?
They're filled.
But if that worked, you could have scanned everything in and you wouldn't have the cabinet. Just teasing you.
Yeah, a lot, some of it could be scanned and not, but if you would put.
I could do that, I can do that.
I'd appreciate
Yeah.
that.
I've done that stuff before, so yeah.
Okay, our next meeting is going to be, April 4th, I believe. Monday, April 4th. Am I correct about that, or?
It is Monday, April 4th, yep.
Okay, good. I would entertain a motion to adjourn.
I will make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second
the
it.
meeting.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Good. Thank you.
Thank you very much, gentlemen, that was quite
Well, I'm
lovely.
glad you,
Take
Thank you.
care, Jen.
Appreciate it, nice to see you all. We'll see you
Thank
very
you.
soon.
do you wanna turn off the recorder so you don't waste the battery?
Wait, you're
Alright,
afraid
very
you might
nice to
say
see you.
something?